Imagine this. It is 2 in the morning. The house is silent. Everyone is asleep. But you are wide awake, gripping your feet, because they feel like someone is holding a blowtorch to the bottom of each sole. Or maybe for you, it is different. Maybe every single step feels like you are walking barefoot across a floor covered in broken glass and thumbtacks. Your doctor calls it peripheral neuropathy. They hand you gabapentin, maybe Lyrica. They pat your shoulder and say, "It is progressive. We will manage it." But what if I told you that your nerves are not dying? What if they are simply starving? Specifically, the protective coating around every nerve fiber in your feet, it is called the myelin sheath, is literally dissolving because your body has been denied one critical building block, a very specific type of fat. Today, I am giving you what I call the fire extinguisher protocol. It is not a new drug. It is not a surgery. It involves kitchen ingredients that cost pennies per serving, and in peer-reviewed studies, one of them performed better than standard pharmaceutical painkillers for nerve pain. Stay with me. This could change your nights forever. Let me paint a picture so you never forget this. Think of your nervous system like the electrical wiring inside the walls of your home. Every wire is wrapped in thick plastic insulation. That insulation is what keeps the signal clean. Without it, short circuits, sparks, fires inside the wall. Now, in your body, that insulation is called myelin. It is a fatty sheath that wraps around every single nerve fiber from your spinal cord all the way down to the tips of your toes. When the myelin is intact, signals travel fast, smooth, and painless. But here is the villain. When your blood sugar stays elevated, and I am not just talking about full-blown diabetes, I am talking about pre-diabetes, insulin resistance, even those harmless blood sugar spikes after a bowl of pasta, that excess glucose acts like battery acid dripping onto your nerve wiring. It triggers a cascade of what scientists call advanced glycation end products, AGEs. Think of them as sugar rust. This sugar rust literally eats holes in your myelin insulation. And what happens when insulation is gone? The nerve short circuits, the signal scrambles. Your brain interprets that scrambled signal as burning, tingling, stabbing, numbness. Now here is what breaks my heart. Millions of people are taking painkillers for this. Gabapentin, Lyrica, even opioids. And those drugs? They are like putting noise-canceling headphones on while your house is on fire. You stop hearing the alarm, but the fire keeps burning. You cannot fix a short circuit with a painkiller. You have to rebuild the insulation. And that is exactly what we are going to do right now. Step 1 of rebuilding is this. You must stop the fire before you can repair the damage. You would not start rewiring a house that is still burning, right? The most powerful natural fire extinguisher for nerve inflammation that we know of in nutritional science is a compound called curcumin. It comes from this golden root right here, turmeric. Now, a landmark study published in the journal Phytotherapy Research in 2018 compared curcumin head-to-head with standard neuropathy treatments. The researchers found that curcumin supplementation significantly reduced pain scores and improved nerve conduction velocity. That is the speed at which signals travel along your nerves in patients with diabetic neuropathy. But, and please listen closely, because this is where almost everyone gets it wrong. Eating a spoonful of turmeric powder on its own is almost completely useless. Your gut absorbs close to 0% of curcumin by itself. It just passes straight through you. Expensive yellow waste, that is all. You must activate it. And the activation key is piperine, a natural compound found in ordinary black pepper. A study published in Planta Medica, one of the oldest phytomedicine journals in the world, demonstrated that just a tiny amount of piperine increases curcumin bioavailability by 2,000%. Let me say that again, 2,000%. That means a simple pinch of black pepper turns a useless spice into a potent anti-inflammatory medicine. One pinch. That is the difference between wasting your money and actually healing your nerves. But we are only halfway there, because stopping the fire is step 1. Step 2, rebuilding the insulation itself. And for that, we need something very specific. Here is the fact that changed everything for me when I first studied neurology, and it is the fact that most doctors never explain to their patients, Your myelin sheath, that critical nerve insulation we have been talking about, is made of fat. Not a little fat. It is 60 to 80% lipid, pure, dense, healthy fat. So let me ask you a simple logical question. If the insulation on your nerves is made of fat and that insulation is damaged, what on earth makes us think we can repair it by swallowing a dry pill with a glass of water? This is why most turmeric supplements fail. People take a capsule, wash it down with water, and wonder why nothing changes. You must deliver curcumin with a fat source. The fat does two critical things. First, it acts as a shuttle bus. Curcumin is fat-soluble. It dissolves in fat, not water. When you consume it with coconut oil, ghee, or even heavy cream, the fat encapsulates the curcumin molecules and carries them straight through your intestinal wall into your bloodstream. Without fat, they just bounce off. Second, those healthy fats themselves become raw building material. Your body literally takes the medium-chain triglycerides from coconut oil or the short-chain fatty acids from ghee and uses them to resynthesize myelin. Think of it this way. Curcumin is the firefighter who puts out the blaze. The healthy fat is the construction crew that rebuilds the house after the fire is out. You need both. One without the other is an incomplete job. A study in the Journal of Nutritional Neuroscience confirmed that diets rich in medium-chain fatty acids, the exact type found in coconut oil, promoted remyelination, meaning the regrowth of myelin in animal models of nerve damage. This is not alternative medicine. This is biochemistry. Your nerves are begging for fat, and we have been starving them with low-fat diets for 40 years. Now we have the firefighter and the construction crew. But what about security? What stops the sugar rust from coming back tomorrow and destroying everything we just rebuilt? That is where our third hero enters. It is called alpha-lipoic acid, or ALA. Alpha-lipoic acid is a unique antioxidant, and I mean truly unique, because it is both water-soluble and fat-soluble. That means it can go everywhere in your body. It crosses cell membranes. It even crosses the blood-brain barrier. It goes where most antioxidants simply cannot reach. What does it do once it gets to your nerves? It neutralizes the sugar rust, those advanced glycation end products, and it regenerates other antioxidants like vitamin C and vitamin E that have already been used up fighting the damage. It is like an antioxidant recycling plant. Here is what is truly remarkable. In Germany and much of Europe, alpha-lipoic acid is not a supplement. It is a prescription medication for diabetic neuropathy. It is covered by health insurance. Doctors prescribe it routinely at doses of 600 milligrams per day. The landmark Sydney 2 trial, published in Diabetes Care, one of the most respected diabetes journals on the planet, showed that 600 milligrams of alpha-lipoic acid per day significantly reduced neuropathic pain, burning, and numbness in just 5 weeks compared to placebo. 5 weeks, not 5 months, not 5 years. 5 weeks, and you can find ALA naturally in spinach, broccoli, and walnuts. Or you can supplement it. Either way, it is affordable, it is accessible, and it is scientifically validated at the highest level. All right, enough theory. Here is your prescription, and I want you to start tonight, not tomorrow. Tonight. I call it Golden Milk Nerve Repair. Write this down. Ingredient 1. 1 cup of full-fat coconut milk or almond milk. If you use almond milk, you must add a fat 1 teaspoon of coconut oil or ghee. The fat is non-negotiable. Without it, you are wasting your time. Ingredient 2. 1 full teaspoon of high-quality turmeric powder. Look for organic. The color should be deep, vibrant orange. If it looks pale and dusty, throw it away. Ingredient 3. 1 generous pinch of freshly ground black pepper. Remember, this is the activation key. Without it, you absorb almost nothing. Ingredient 4. Optional, but powerful. 1/4 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon. This helps stabilize blood sugar overnight, which slows down the sugar rust while you sleep. Preparation. Warm the milk gently on low heat. Do not boil it. High heat damages curcumin. Add the turmeric, the pepper, the cinnamon, and the fat. Whisk for about 60 seconds until everything is blended and the color is a rich, beautiful gold. Timing. Drink this 1 hour before bed. Why before bed? Because your body does its deepest repair work during sleep. Growth hormone peaks in the first 90 minutes of deep sleep. That is when myelin regeneration is most active. You want these building blocks circulating in your blood at exactly that moment. For alpha-lipoic acid, if you choose to supplement, take 300 to 600 milligrams once per day on an empty stomach, ideally 30 minutes before a meal. If you prefer food sources, add a large handful of spinach and 5 to 7 walnut halves to your daily diet. Commit to this for 21 days. Many people notice a difference in as few as 3 to 5 nights, but give the myelin time to rebuild. 21 days. Mark it on your calendar. One critical warning. If you are currently on blood thinners like warfarin, or if you are taking diabetes medication, please talk to your doctor before starting high-dose turmeric or ALA. Curcumin has mild blood-thinning properties, and ALA can lower blood sugar, which is wonderful unless you are already on medication that does the same thing. We do not want to double dip. Safety first, always. Now, here is what I need from you. I want you to drop a comment right now and tell me, does the burning in your feet get worse at night, or does it hit you first thing in the morning when you take those first steps? Your answer actually tells me something important about which type of nerve damage you are dealing with, and it will help me design the next video specifically for you. Speaking of the next video, if sugar rust is the villain destroying your nerves, then you need to cut off the villain's supply line. My next video is called The 7-Day Sugar Detox for Nerve Pain, and in it, I am going to show you exactly how to lower your fasting blood sugar naturally without giving up every food you love. You will not want to miss it. Hit subscribe, hit that bell, and tonight make yourself a cup of golden milk. Your nerves have been starving long enough. I will see you in the next one.